Hello. I probably should have made sure that these headphones are on. I think they are. How do I? Yes, they are. Okay, solid. Um, I know I missed a video yesterday. That was not intentional. But I reached a point last night where I realized it just wasn't going to happen, and I just had to accept it. So here we are today. Have a couple of fun things to share from my day yesterday, and we're also going to go on an adventure in my house. So I have this little stand that I got so that I can take me with me. It's weird to say. But I'm looking for a picture of my mom and my grandma and I. I don't know what specifically made me want to find this picture yesterday, but something, so this room is a mess, so I've been organizing things in here for a long time, years, and it's mostly organized, but there's still a little bit of clutter, so anyhow, ignore that. But yeah, so both my mom and my grandma have passed. My mom in 2018, my grandma in 2024. And I was pretty close with my grandma. I was the only granddaughter on that side of the family, and so we had a really special relationship. I of course had to joke that I was her favorite granddaughter because, it's like me joking that I'm the favorite child with my dad when, there's no one to compare to. So anyhow, I've got a whole bunch of old photo albums that were my mom's that I'm gonna try to look through. I have been through these before and organized them. After getting them, like my own personal photos were organized pretty well. My mom's were a hot mess, and then I reorganized them once I inherited her photos after her passing. So, I have discovered the first box of mom photos is her side of the family. So we will see if this picture is in there. While I continue talking to you, I want to show you the cutest stinking picture of my grandpa and I. I don't remember him very much. He died, I think, when I was 6, but we just had such a special relationship. I have a lot of old letters from him, and he had a lot of nicknames for me, and it was really cute. So anyhow, we are looking for this picture because yesterday, just kind of randomly, I just found my Aunt Ethel. That will be relevant later. Yesterday I remembered, like I had like a mental image of something, and I'm pretty sure it's from a photo. I'm not 100% sure, but that's why we are currently investigating. Basically, it was me in the front in the middle with my mom over my left shoulder and my grandma over my right. There were quite a few times when I was a kid that we would have pictures taken, I don't know, several, not quite a few, several, we're gonna go with that. There was one picture that used to always sit on my mom's dresser that I remember from when I lived with her, and I don't think I've seen that picture at all in a very long time. So I'm assuming that picture is long gone, but it had a similar configuration that I'm talking about, where like my grandma, was over one shoulder and my mom was over the other. Anyhow, at some point, I'm going to be taking y'all on a photo journey, probably through Threads, just because that's the only social media that I particularly like. Look at that cute shit. Anyhow, I got distracted. there's a lot of photos that I've already pulled out that I want to share that I think will help give people a decent understanding of, you know, my life's context as it relates to family. It's primarily family right now. I'm not really wanting to go too far out there in terms of into the depth of like talking about like my friends or other relationships, especially ones that are active. I don't really feel like that this is an appropriate channel to share that, at least in terms of specifics. So I won't be doing that. But, you know, again, since I can't tell if these are in order or not. Since my mom and grandma are gone, it doesn't matter if I share information about them or their photos because they won't care. Or if they do, they'll find some way to smite me. Some of these are duplicates. I know I need to go back through these. I have plans to go back through these. It just hasn't happened yet. And that's okay. We are giving ourselves grace because these things take time. And some of these, like, I don't even know the people. That is the downside of my mom's photos. I did get rid of most of those, but there's still some remaining that I'm just like, don't know. You're probably a family member. I don't think it's going to be in this section. There is a distant aunt named Sharon, who I plan to reach out to soon. Look at my grandma. I love this picture of her. She hardly ever smiled. Aw. But there, I clearly did something. The look on my face is pretty devious. I didn't even notice that. I just noticed my grandma smiling. Y'all, look at that. I definitely did something. I don't know what I did. But I'm glad that I have a picture of my grandma laughing. That makes me very happy. I've got lots of pictures of other relatives laughing and smiling as well, which just, you know, in case you can't tell, I am a fairly joyful person. I like to share that joy with others around me. I like to make people laugh. I wouldn't consider myself like super funny or anything, but I get by. Okay, so it's not there. We're gonna keep looking. These have to exist somewhere. Christmas, no. Lord, these stacks are just so big. So here is one example. They're over the wrong shoulders, but that is basically what I'm talking about. I'm going to keep this one out since I have found one. I'm glad I didn't stop. I was contemplating changing directions, but we didn't. We're still here. Oh, the willow tree in Grandma's yard. A beautiful garden. So many stories and fun things to tell. Since we're at Grandma's garden, I mentioned, I think in my first video, that I have one of the breast cancer genes and had a preventative mastectomy. Look at this beautiful willow tree. It had to be cut down, which, sad. Anyhow, when I found out that I had the gene, I think I was like 21 maybe, and these are actually reference pictures that I used. Yeah. So we thought that it skipped generations. Turned out that it didn't. I started thinking that if I ever did something, I wanted to turn my body into art. So that's what I did. I basically have an homage to my grandma on my left arm that extends across my chest and goes down my other arm. Um, hmm. The willow tree from Grandma's yard is the tree that's on my arm. I could just take this off. Anyhow, we'll do that another time. It's got a sunset in the back of it. I saved some pictures of Kansas sunsets. I'm pretty sure I just found the reference photos that I used for my tattoo artist. Kansas sunsets are really pretty, y'all. People have a thing against Kansas, and it's actually, the eastern part, at least, is pretty great. Look at that. Anyhow, flowers wrap all the way around and cover where my nipples would be if I still had them. Can't have them though, because that increases the risk of cancer that I'm trying to prevent. So yeah, it's flowers from Grandma's yard, wrapping across and down. I get a lot of questions about what's on my shoulder, and I'm not really afraid to talk about it. Like, who the hell is this? Maybe that's Sharon. Yeah, lots of questions. I like to joke that not too many people can say that they've shown their 90-some-year-old grandma their boobs, but I can. And she reacted about how you would think that she would react, just, oh my. Which just, yeah, fills me with joy. Have some good memories with Grandma once my mom was no longer around, despite the fact that she went into assisted living shortly after my mom died. Oh man, and now I'm getting into a ton of pictures of my younger cousin, Morgan, who also, by the way, Grandma also came and visited me in a dream last night. I don't remember much except for the fact that she visited me in a dream. And when I woke up this morning, my younger cousin just popped into my head. And so I assume that to mean that Grandma, wants to tell him hi. And so I reached out to him to pass it along. And his response was, she reached out to him 2 days ago. So apparently Grandma's just visiting all of us. I know she goes to see him quite often. He has a lot of her belongings in his possession now. They got a lot of quality time together that I didn't get because he was so young, and he grew up 10 minutes from her house, if that. She was his babysitter a lot. And like for me, I commented that my relationship with my grandma got better after my mom died. Y'all, my mom was manipulative AF. Really bad. And she would regularly make me feel bad that I didn't go see my grandma more regularly, while also constantly capitalizing on my time and making me feel bad that I'm not spending enough time with her, doing enough with her. So it was like one of those damned if you do, damned if you don't things. So yeah, we had to get some good years with Grandma in after Mom died. So I will tell this story real quick while I'm looking for more photos. Yesterday, I ended up, I needed to go to Walmart and had some things to pick up while I was there. And I wasn't really in a rush or anything. I was waiting on a response from someone. And I turned the corner on an aisle and ran into this woman who was so colorful, head to toe. Green earrings, this beautiful colored necklace, which I didn't notice at first, but she had on a green shirt, multicolored, like designed pants, green shoes. This woman was colorful, and naturally I commented her on it because I'm also a colorful person. I know I'm wearing some black right now, but I am, I promise. So I commented on it, and we just got to talking, and turns out she goes by the name Marie. which is her middle name, which is also my middle name, which was also my mom's middle name. I don't think it was my grandma's middle name, though it's possible my grandma made her middle name her maiden name, and that's why I'm unsure. Anyhow, definitely comes from the family. Found out we got to talking about names and the importance of a name. I don't know why the topic came up for me during that moment, but it did, and so I decided to run with it. My name means peace, fun fact, and I lived without peace for a very long time, and what I am doing currently is an example of me never living without peace again and living on my terms. So anyhow, this woman's first name was Ethel, and this is me and my great aunt Ethel, who passed when I was very young, but she was my babysitter a lot. So anyhow, Maria and I had a great convo, and we exchanged numbers, and we're probably going to go sit down and do something together. I love meeting random strangers. It makes me very happy. So yeah, meeting Marie was awesome. Grandma and her accordion, which is super cool. I'm pretty sure that my cousin has the accordion. The orientation of these pictures is not consistent. Oh man. Very, very old pictures of me. Very old. We don't need those pictures. We need other pictures. We are currently in a wedding. So the other fun story from Walmart yesterday, because there's two, why wouldn't there be two? While I was in line, there was an older woman that was waiting nearby, just kind of hanging out. And while I was waiting in line, she and I got to talking, and she was waiting on the person in front of me to take her to a ride to the bank. That was at the kind of the corner of the lot. She used a cane and didn't get around super well, and so she got there by bus and realized that she needed cash for something. I don't remember the exact details, it doesn't matter. But she needed to go to the bank to pull out some cash. So anyhow, this random woman was going to drop her off at the bank, and while I'm still waiting, I'm like, well, hell, I'm not in a hurry. Like, let me pick you up. Like, it's not a big deal at all. It will take me less than 5 minutes. Like, let me do that for you. Let me help you out. So, anyhow, I finish up with my stuff and go to the bank and pull in and get backed into a handicap spot right there at the front so that she can just come right in without any issues and open up the door. And she comes out shortly after, and she she alerts the bank that, oh, this is the other person that's helping me. Like, she's like, yeah, she's here, which was kind of funny because they're all standing like looking, and I'm like, hey. Anyhow, her name was Shirley, and she was in her 80s. I don't remember exactly how old. Again, it doesn't matter, but Shirley was a Black woman. And by the way, if I ever use like incorrect or inappropriate terms coming from a white person, like, someone please call me out. That's never my intent. I try to be very accurate and respectful. But I think Shirley was having a hard time believing that she got two people. The first woman was a younger Black woman, and then me, a random white girl, to help her when she needed it. So I love random moments like that. I also love just, the spontaneous, like, oh, hey, we're sitting next to each other at the airport and we have a lot in common. Like, let's chat, let's become friends. I'll be very honest, because I meet a lot of people, because I'm like not afraid to meet people, Find a couple pictures. I end up exchanging numbers with people a lot and failing to follow through on communication a lot, which is never my intent. The ADHD, time blindness, where like time isn't a thing in my head, is very strong. And also, as soon as like the other portion of messages is filled up in my messages app, the odds of me making it back down and remembering after it goes down below that are not very good. And again, that's never intentional. It just kind of happens. Another picture of me and Grandma. I was always able to make her smile. No. Well, we might not find the picture that I'm thinking about, which, at least while I'm on this, which is okay. We have officially gotten to the end of that section. I am going to do one little check in the box below, just to see if there's anything else that seems relevant. Oh shit, I've had these tapes since my mom died and I have no idea what's on them. I'm pretty sure it's just gonna be her talking to herself, kind of like I'm doing, and the animals that she had. Mom and Aaron, Mom, Aaron, Aaron and animals. Gosh, dang it. That lid just fell behind the dresser. It's okay. Everything is fine. I'm pretty sure I just found where it would be, maybe? Maybe not. No, this is just me and my mom. Well, while I'm going to quickly explore my photos to see if it's here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pull out the dresser. Yeah, we're gonna look through my photos here real quick. Not that one. No. I am determined here. I don't think I'm gonna find it though, which is so frustrating for me. I know exactly what the picture, like, I mean, I remember it. It was some photo shoot that my mom and Grandma and I did. The point was for me to do it because I was a decently cute kid. Okay, yeah, we're gonna stop because I've also been talking for a very long time. I will give you my undivided attention as I wrap this up. Do I have anything else in here? I don't think so. So yeah, it was a photo shoot of primarily me, but the two of them also got in on the photos. And this was back when I don't know if it was my idea or if it was my mom's idea, but I was working to get into the child modeling thing, which in hindsight, looking back now, I'm very glad that it did not work out. Candidly, I think I had experienced too much trauma at that point in my life, and the light was not on in my eyes anymore. yeah, just remembering those pictures, like I wasn't there. I was there, but I wasn't there. And gosh, I was maybe 7, 8. If I can find that, I will bring it back here in the form of video in case some of you never get over to Threads, don't use Threads, which is totally fine. But yeah, I will wrap up. There is a lot of other exciting stuff that I'm working on right now. Last night, I did not get to this to share my fun stories, which was my intent. I mean, that happened before noon, so I should have been able to do it, but I got knee deep in the work that I'm doing, and in the last 24 hours, I've made 2 new frameworks that I'm going to integrate into what I'm doing, which it took me like 2 years to fully develop the first one. So, obviously they're not like the ones that I created aren't fully developed, but like they're pretty solid. So I'm really excited about the work that it is I'm putting together to free myself from the capitalist hell that most of us are in. Hopefully this video won't be held back because I'm talking about capitalism. We'll find out. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye.